welts and bites from a scorpion had been in my bed during the night and like stinging the shit. I was like laying on top of him or something, and so he's just like stinging the shit out of me like 100 times. I'm
Oh
just like,
man.
fuck, I hate this place.
Yeah, I'm generally good with everything, but yeah, bugs and stuff that you don't see. I like bugs and I like spiders and snakes and all that, as long as I can see it.
Yeah,
It's when you can't see it, you're just like, oh,
it's like a punch.
yeah,
It's
you never see that shit coming.
the ones that you don't see that knock you out.
Yeah,
I gotta pee quickly. Do you want me to pause it or
yeah.
we're just gonna leave that in? Alrighty, back from the piss break. We did not cross lightsabers for anybody curious about that. I just went pee and now he's going pee. Admittedly, I'm pretty happy that we finally did this because it's nice to vent a little bit and, like we were saying before, um, enact on an idea that we've had before. Travis has emptied his bladder here, so we're good to go.
Oh,
Oh yeah, so I mean, I'm happy we did decide to do this finally.
yeah, it's
It always takes a little bit of coaxing with me.
and I'm that guy. I feel like I'm that guy for a lot of people to coax them to do whatever they want to do. Like I guess like even my wife,
Hmm.
like she just started up her dog cookie
Hmm.
company, eh? And yeah, that took a little bit of coaxing. I'm like, come on, just do it. Why
Yeah,
not? A lot of people get hung up on the idea of, oh, what if it fails?
yeah,
So what?
yeah.
Keep going. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. And I'm pretty good at that.
Hmm.
Pretty good at being like, okay, order the mic. Let's do a podcast.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah,
We can talk.
yeah.
I
I can
I
talk
talk
forever.
forever. So
Yeah.
why not?
If anything, I talk way too much.
Yeah. But no, I think I can do that for a lot of people.
Hmm.
That's my role in life right now.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's good. I think my biggest weakness with a lot of things is commitment. Just like committing to doing something for it is. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know where it comes from. I am the worst when it comes to committing to relationships with girls. When it comes to
10-year white belt.
training, yeah, 10-year white belt. When it comes to training, like, and it's weird too because it's not like. I mean, I know I was saying the last 6 weeks I've been pretty lazy, but that's a little bit of a different situation. But like, I'll just like I just can't stick with one thing. Like I have this like thing where I got to go like hop around and like do this and then do that and then do this and then come back to that and like take a year off jujitsu and then you know what I mean? And that's how you end up with 10 years as a white belt. But
Yeah. Even back then though, like I pushed you pretty hard to get that blue.
yeah,
And that was good because once you got down to it though, you
that
brought
reminds
that
me. Is the
down.
purple belt curriculum written up?
It is. It
Okay, sweet. I'll
is.
grab a copy of that before I leave.
Yeah, definitely. It's almost the same as what I'd given you before,
Hmm.
but
I don't think I have.
a copy of it.
No.
All right. Yeah, I'll get you a copy.
Okay.
But, yeah, yeah. I'm working on quite a few things for the club
Hmm.
between blue belt because a lot of blue belt, like everyone just thinks it's the moves, and once they get the moves, they're good.
Hmm.
That's part of it, 100%. But I want to see a decent amount of rolling technique, like being able to survive
Yeah.
in a terrible position. That's
Hmm.
what white belt to blue belt is.
Hmm.
Surviving.
Hmm.
Once you become comfortable there, and this is with life. Once you can become comfortable with being uncomfortable,
Yeah.
you can make it through a lot of shit.
Hmm.
You can go into a lot of places that you didn't think that you could make it. Almost a lot of people that get their blue belt under me, they didn't think that they would ever get their
Yeah.
blue. And it's just that push, and I will push people,
Hmm.
and I will make them, if they want it, and they tell me that they want it, we make an agreement that, hey, I'm here for you, and I'm always here for you.
Hmm.
But you need to you need to put in the work too.
Yeah.
And that's my big thing. Put in the work
Oh,
and try.
you're definitely right about the getting your going from white belt to going from white belt to blue belt, not just in jiu-jitsu but also in life. Like I could definitely think of this last summer for me as getting my blue belt in, doing. I mean, I've always been outside. I'm not a stranger to doing stuff outside, but it was different because you're going for weeks without hot water.
Yeah.
I mean, the most hot water you're going to get is for like a coffee or a tea. Like you're not getting showers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And it just made me, I came back now and I'm like way more confident just like being like whatever for a few days of like sleeping outside or sleeping on the ground or you forgot oh my God. I remember before I took this job this must have, it was not last this past summer, but the summer before, me and a friend got off, I got off work at like 5 o'clock and we wanted to go summit a mountain out in Kananaskis in this place called Astor Lakes. And it's like I think it's like 15 to 20 kilometers just to get to the lake.
Yeah.
And then from there, there's like around the lake, there's these like high alpine, like there's glaciers back there and you can go summit big mountains. And so we got off work and we tried to do it quote unquote ultra light, which basically means I stuffed what I could inside a running vest or like a little backpack. And then we jogged from my car out to the lake. So we didn't get to the lake until almost, I mean, it's an hour and a bit drive there. We didn't even start till 6:30, 7 o'clock. So we get to the lakes at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And, and I didn't bring a sleeping pad and I brought like a sleeping bag liner to sleep in. I didn't bring a sleeping bag either. Like I basically brought like a fleece sock to wrap around my whole body. And, we got up there and I was trying to sleep all night and I slept 0 minutes all night and it's like 2 a.m. and my buddy's like, "Are you cold?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm fucking freezing." And he's like, so he gave me one of those like space blankets.
It's a huddle for warmth thing.
Yeah,
we have a huddle for warmth.
Totally.
I for one choose. Yeah.
No, he gave me like one of those like emergency space blankets, like those crinkly like tinfoil ones. Yeah. Dude, those things work crazy well.
You're putting yourself in like a tiny oven kind of thing. Like it radiates your heat back at you.
You can feel it too. Yeah. Like you can literally feel the heat coming back off the blanket. Yeah. So now I always keep it's like a emergency sleeping bag with me. That's one of those things. Yeah. It's like a sleeping bag made out of that material.
Well, yeah. Story to that. When I broke my leg, like way back when, snowboarding, broke the board over a tree, broke my leg, and I got carried down the hill. You know, that whole embarrassing carried down the hill on that orange sled behind us, snowmobile. They wrapped me in one of those, and I was sweating.
Oh yeah.
By the time I got to the bottom,
I believe it.
Like it was so hot, and I had all my gear on too.
That's hilarious.
These things are hot.
Fuck. I remember one time at Sunshine, I had just gotten off the goat's eye chairlift. This is like when I first started. Well, I'd skied before, but I was just getting back into skiing when I moved out here. And it was a super like flat, light kind of day, like really blustery winds. You couldn't really see anything off the goat's eye chairlift, and I was just skiing along, and all of a sudden I just caught an edge and like landed on my head and neck, and I sat up, and I was sitting, and I'm like right below the chairlift. And I didn't realize in the end, it turns out that I completely separated one of my shoulders and then I like hyperextended my neck. It's like permanently longer on this side.
Nice.
And
that's why it's so easy to choke you on that side.
Yeah. That's why I'm always cracking it like that too. But I was sitting under the chairlift.
Going against Adam, take the left side under.
Don't get this side on you because I'll rub my collarbone into you. No, but I'm sitting in the chairlift and I was wearing touring skis. So the way touring skis work is like the heel pops out and you can walk with them and just the toes are like pinned in. And they're similar to a type of ski called telemark skis, which are kind of like that. Not important. I'm sitting there and I'm trying to get up and some guy on the chairlift is like, "Hey, are you okay, man?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." I was like completely unconscious pretty much. Like I was totally out of it, but I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." And then the guy on the chairlift behind him is like, yells out, he's like, "That's what you get for wearing telemark skis, you fag." And I'm like, "Hey, that's fucking, this hurts a lot, man." Like, That's not very nice.
Just kick you while you're down.
Oh yeah, hilarious.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's part of the weird. That's a weird part of human culture.
yeah.
That you know what they can say that to you because they're on a chairlift, and there's no way that you can get to them
Oh
right in
yeah.
that moment. Can you imagine someone just talks shit, and you see it on the internet, or not? You see it in videos
Hmm.
where they're so used to talking shit,
Yeah.
like over Facebook or whatever, where you can never get to them,
Hmm.
or where they're in a situation where they don't think that they're gonna
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah.
And then they run into the wrong person
Hmm.
that knows how to defend themselves and won't take that shit.
Yeah. Or isn't afraid of confrontation and just puts an idea right back in their face.
Yeah,
I had a
and
lot of that this summer.
I've had I've had that over and over, and I actually had one where this one guy, like, he was beacing at me from his condo.
Hmm.
Like, he was on like the third floor of his condo, and he's yelling at me.
Hmm.
I can't remember why. It's weird. I remember a lot of stuff. I can't remember why he was yelling at me. I was like, I know exactly what unit you were in.
Yeah.
So I actually, like, I lived in the same unit.
Hmm.
So I was like, well, you must feel pretty safe
Yeah.
that distance away from me because I was just outside walking my dog. So I went and took Murphy back and put her in the condo. And I walked over to this guy's place and I knocked on his door.
Hmm.
And you hear him latch that little chain
Yeah.
latch. And then he opens it up. You have something to say?
Hmm.
Like, I'm here right now. You want to talk now that I'm right here in front of you? Like, if you're going to talk shit, learn that this can happen.
Yeah.
Never saw him again.
Yeah.
And, like, he's like, well, it wasn't that. And, like, he came up with, like, 10 excuses and closed the door. I was like,
Hmm.
at least now you know.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
people don't like confrontation. Most people aren't comfortable with actual confrontation, and
yeah. I'm
it's
not one to do that, but
yeah.
when someone does just the dumbest thing, and it's like, some people need that little bit of a life lesson.
Hmm.
And really, in the Bow Valley,
Oh my
there's
God.
no other martial arts.
Well, not only that, there's nobody. We all live in a little bubble right here of like
Yeah,
perfect liberal, quote unquote, liberal society, and
yeah,
like there's very little hardship in the valley except
yeah,
for like van life, homelessness.
yeah. I don't
It.
know. It's good. It's good for like martial arts for me because it goes, well, I have the confidence
Mhm.
that
Oh yeah.
anyone tries to start something with me. Uh, I'm pretty confident that I'm better in all aspects of combat
It's
than
it's
99% of people around.
it's definitely given me just in confidence, like in general, like it's given me a ton of confidence with just like how I approach things. I used to work with a chef in Ontario named Brad Henderson, who he was like a I don't want to say he could be like a little heated and direct sometimes, but he had a good point one time. He's like, everyone's afraid of confrontation, but you need to be comfortable with it because confrontation in and of itself is not inherently bad. Like, there's nothing inherently negative about confrontation. It's the way people approach it because they're so nervous about it. That, like, I mean,
Oh,
even yesterday when like I was saying, I had that discussion with my boss about the scheduling. Like, she was like so heated about, and like you could tell, like she wasn't outwardly being heated, but you could tell how much like nervous tension there was in her body language.
oh yeah.
And like she like dropped a pen and then she like stepped on it by accident, but like crushed it because like her body's just like so like amped up. And it's like we're talking about my work schedule. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So people and yeah, people like even two guys who I work with. One of the guys who quit, and then this other guy who's an older guy who's retired and he's just doing the job as kind of like a whatever. They got into an argument about things, and the because person A who was being really weird and like kind of giving us attitude at work, and then person B who had brought the subject up was like, "Listen, man, like I don't know what your problem is, but there's relax, like just give us some more information." And person A was just like so tense in the discussion, like getting so worked up and like so amped and like I didn't do that, like I didn't do this, like that's not what I meant. And it's just like, dude, relax. Like we're having a conversation. Like, and I feel like so many people, especially in a place like this,